Hi everyone, I'm Sandy. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I thought I would do is do my July wrap up and my August reading plans and just give you a picture of what's to come on my channel. So I'm very excited. I had a amazing reading month in July. I ended up reading 16 books, which sounds just incredibly massive. And I will say that there were a couple of very short books. One I had started in June and finished in July, and then one that was more of a graphic novel. So that kind of accounts for why this number was several more than last month. But most of the books I have talked about in previous videos. I will list those all in the description for you with the video links. So if you want to go and check those out, I would love that, of course. One of the things around why July was just such a fun month was it was the continuation of the Reading Europe 2021 challenge. When the tournament ended, the group was looking to do a group read, and while we should have read a book from an Italian author or set in Italy, because Italy did win, the group unanimously decided that we wanted to read Mark's favorite book. Mark from Book Time with Elvis was who hosted this readathon, and so the group actually read Three Men in a Boat. And this book was so funny. I was just incredibly surprised. I loved reading this book as part of the group because every time you got a Voxer message, it was someone laughing about something in this book. The best way I can describe this is the Three Stooges go on a boat trip and try and camp and cook and have all kinds of challenges. So this is absolutely one of the funnest books that I have read this month, and I really have enjoyed that group and that Voxer group. And Mark has renamed our Voxer chat the Humorous Book Club group or something along those lines, because I think we're going to do another funny book coming up in I think September. So, but yeah, this is one of the ones that I haven't actually talked about, but I did really love this book, and one that I would recommend you read. I have not read the second book, which is Three Men in a Bummel, but I'm considering it, in my free time. Okay. But yeah, this is one of the books that I had read that I hadn't talked about. One of the other ones is actually one that we picked up for work, my book, not work in general, but the book club with people that I work with. And we read Sandman by Neil Gaiman. This is the graphic novel, and it has such a shiny cover on it, and of course it glares quite a bit. I had not read any graphic novels before. I really, there's a lot I like about this with the graphics and everything. I think that is really fun. Is this a graphic novel or is this a comic book? I don't know the answer to that question, but I did enjoy this quite a bit. It's not necessarily, I think, my preferred way of, or type of book. So if you've read this, I'm curious what your thoughts are on it. This is also the Preludes and Nocturnes, and there is another one, which I actually do also own. It's curious what you think about it, and whether or not you think I should read the next one, or if it's something with this one, or if you think I should read a different one. Please let me know. But that's one of the other ones that I read in July. I know what month it is, I promise. Okay, so the other one that I will talk about in my 1001 book countdown, yes, that's tomorrow, and that is this one, which is Pamela, which is the worst rated book on the 1001 book list. We'll save that one for tomorrow. Yay! But that is really what I have as far as what I read in July. But let's see, what does August look like? So for August, the couple things is I've already have a couple of books started for August as a couple of buddy reads. And so the first one is Pereira Declares, which I'm reading with Matthew from Bottle and Books, and again with my friend Sonia. When we are reading together, we are a good chunk of the way through, over half of the way through now, and we are scheduled to finish this, I believe, in the next couple of days. So this one is on my 1001 book countdown list that came out of the Reading Europe 2021 challenge. So we are excited about finishing this one. Should be good. And then the other one I talked about last week, which is The Midwich Cuckoos by John Wyndham. I'm reading with Justin at This Justin. This is on my 2021 list as well as the 1001 book countdown. So I'm very happy about that. We did quickly realize that we have different versions of this book. So we're having to be a little more careful about how we do updates after that. But so far, it's very interesting, and I am enjoying it quite a bit. Right about a third of the way. I have not done my reading today. The next one that I have already started reading, which is from my 1001 book countdown drawing that I did, I believe, last month, is Cloudsplitter by Russell Banks. I did not honestly think I would be able to get to this one, and I'm actually already about 20% of the way through this book. So the story grabbed me right away, and I am well on my way to reading this one. I am now on chapter 5, so I am enjoying that one quite a bit. I was very, very surprised by that one. In addition to that, I am doing Faulkner in August. So for Faulkner in August, it is being hosted by Brian at Bookish, Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics, Roz at Scala-Dandling About the Books, and Noah at Everybody Who Reads It Must Converse. And it is, there's a Voxer group for this, which is now, I believe, over 30 people, so it's getting quite big. But the book that we will be reading over the month is actually Sanctuary by William Faulkner. I have not read this one. I've only read one Faulkner, which is Absalom, which was not my favorite. So I'm hoping I can find a book that maybe makes me like Faulkner a little bit more, because like I said, I'm not sure yet about him. I don't know that this book is, given that I've read the back of it and now know what it's kind of about. I'm not sure that this is going to be the book, but I do also have one that I originally got from Summer at Cozy Reading for Clicker Cats as a recommendation on her channel, which is As I Lay Dying by William Faulkner, which I have heard more people really, really like this one. So maybe this is the one that makes me a Faulkner fan. So we'll see how this is the one, though, that, I'm not really required to read. I am with my list that I already have. I don't know if I'll get to this one, but I hope I will. We'll see. Jury's still out. But that's the other thing for Faulkner in August. If you're interested in joining Faulkner in August, definitely reach out to one of the 4 hosts. I will leave those linked in the description below as well. So outside of that, in all of my previous drawings for my 1001 book countdown, I actually only have one that I haven't started reading, which is Dr. Faustus by Thomas Mann. This one, it's still a struggle. I'm now on my 3rd renewal at the library. I don't think I can check it out again, so I'm going to have to do this month. Interestingly enough, this book actually has a reference to Thomas Mann in it, which makes me want to read this a little bit more. So yeah, that one's an interesting one. I'm excited to see what I think about it, but it is still the same book that I've been struggling with, so we'll see. For buddy reads coming up in whatever month it is, August. It's August coming up. I do have a couple of buddy reads scheduled. One that's actually starting on Friday, which is when this video will go live, and that is with Steph at Steph's Bookish World. If you're not familiar with Steph's channel, I will leave it linked in the description below. And it is so it's serendipitous, I guess, that this is the book we selected given her channel. I'll talk about that in a second, which is Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day by Winifred Watson. So when Steph and I were chatting back and forth, we don't read a lot of the same books, but we really wanted to do a buddy read. So I picked this particular one, and then maybe in the future, Steph will pick one that she would normally read, and we'll read that one as well, which should be super fun. But what's interesting about this one is this is actually a Cinderella retelling, and I didn't realize that when I picked it. And Steph's channel has quite a bit of Disney on it. She has a villainous game that features the Disney characters. So I don't know, we just kind of got lucky that that's what we picked. But we are starting this one, and it should be good. And it is, of course, on my 1001 book countdown list. So I am excited to read that. I also originally picked this one up because of Julie over at The Hungry Bookworm. So should be a good one. I'm excited to see. Hopefully I really like this one, because I want to really like this one. The other one, I am amazed that I get to do this. I'm very excited. I am doing my first buddy read with Britta Bowler. If you're not familiar with Britta's channel, I will obviously leave that one linked down below. She had reached out and asked if I'd be interested in one, and I of course said absolutely. She reminds me so much of just family that we have in Germany, and I am so excited to get to do this one because I love all of her taste in books. So she went through my book list, my 1001 list, and gave me a few options, and we settled on Adam Bede by George Eliot. And I read one George Eliot this year so far, which was Silas Marner, and really did like it. I know Kim at Middle of the Book March really loves this book as well. So I'm very excited to read this one with Britta. We have discussed already the number of pages in our first check-in will be next week for this. And yeah, that one should be really fun. Plus, I am super excited about reading something with Britta. Hopefully the first of many buddy reads with her. And then I have a buddy read that I'm trying to figure out for Mysteries of Udolpho. If you watched last week's video, you know I just read Northanger Abbey, which Mysteries of Udolpho was mentioned in, and made me really want to read that. I'm trying to figure out if we can coordinate a buddy/group read with that one, if it will be in August or in September. But that's one that I really do want to pick up and is on my 2021 list. The other thing I decided to do is, since I finished this lowest rated book on Goodreads, that I deserve to read the highest rated book on Goodreads, which is The Ballad for George Hennig by Victor Pascoff. So this is also incredibly short, which, you know, works for me. And I am super excited to read this one because finding this, I didn't think I'd find it, and a couple of people pointed me in the right direction. So thank you so much to the people who did that. And yeah, this is one I'm going to just prioritize in August because I really just want to read that. So taking away the digital one that, you know, I can't stack up here, and I don't have Mysteries of Udolpho to stack up here. Now, granted, a couple of these are already in progress. You know, that's a stack. That's a pretty big stack of books. So I know there are 5 Sundays in August, and normally I would draw 5 from my magical green bowl here, and I'm not going to do that because I already have 2, which are the Midwich Cuckoos and the Ballad for George Hennig, which I know are in this bowl, and possibly the Mysteries of Udolpho. So I'm actually only going to draw 2 today and just keep it kind of light, given that I already have this massive stack to read, and go from there. So let's, I'll put it down. Okay, I'm just going to reach in here, and the first one will be, oh boy, okay, well, fine, which is The Rebel, an essay on a man in revolt by Albert Camus. I have read several Camus novels. I believe I've read The Plague. I think there was one also called The Stranger, so this one will be just the continuation of that. Not my favorite author, so that's why I'm kind of like, okay, we'll see how that one goes. And then this one will end up being, oh, cool, which is Humboldt's Gift by Saul Bellow. I don't know why I can't do that. Okay, the next one is Humboldt's Gift by Saul Bellow. So I actually don't know anything about this one. I've heard that author mentioned a few times lately on BookTube, but I really don't know anything about this particular author. So I am excited to try this one. So not too bad for the 2. Combined with the ones I already have, it's quite a bit in August. That's why I'm saying it's reading plans, especially, yeah, given everything I have coming up. So, but with that, I think that will actually wrap this up for today. Hopefully, I'm curious if you've read any of the books I have upcoming. With that, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, hope you're having a good week.